Hello, everybody, and welcome to an indie taste test of The Shrouded Isle. My name is Frank. Hey, let's get up close and personal with The Shrouded Isle. We're going to give this bad boy a taste test. I've talked about this on podcast, a couple of them now, maybe episode 210, if you want to get more in-depth, like just thinking man's thoughts. But it's a game where you run a cult. So I figured that would be interesting. But a little boring. So 497 years ago, our founders saw that humanity would perish. Our Lord would return in glory to reward the faithful. Yet there are sinners in our community. Sinners? As the high priest, I must elect a sinner to sacrifice every season. So kind of the goal here is you have a little town that you're managing. You have to pick representatives from each of the main houses and then get them to perform actions. And then after you've nominated one person from every house, as you can see, Caldwell, Yosefka, Efferson, you then begin like a season of punishments and whippings and fervor and ignorance. A season of ignorance. And then depending on how these people perform, you either appease your god or people get triggered and these meters go down and you lose, which has been my experience. So let's read our letter from the cathedral. The village children no longer sing about Chernobog, which is our god. Instead, they sing about the white sand beaches and fruits called coconuts. Coconuts. They're nuts. For coconuts. I should really stop doing that, but it's fun. Instead, they sing about white sand beaches and the fruits called coconuts. Investigation determines Tierney Kegener has been painting these fanciful images. We shall burn every forbidden painting, or we shall encourage fervor by... Tierney must turn this creative energy toward our Lord. Well, we're doing fine. Encourage ignorance. They're both about the same. Let's turn the energy. Is honored by your attention and soon creates a masterwork of fear and dread depicting Lord Chernobog's awakening. Plus 10 fervor. Fantastic. So our fervor went up there. Alright, so let's start nominating people. The Kegney estate. House Kegney. If you look down here, they are ignorance, which is destroy forbidden records to erase the sinful past. And then these qualities, the improved by, childlike, dull, practical, etc. These folks here have these. So he might be ignorant. Now, interestingly, ignorance does not improve ignorance, but you need something like dull or practical. So we can nominate any of these people in this house, but we can typically use an inquiry to get more information about them. So this top line is their virtue, and the bottom line is their vice. So his vice, he may be lacking fervor, and his virtue is something to do with ignorance. So we're going to pick somebody who has an up in ignorance, because that way they have a better chance of being successful at whatever they end up doing, which is burning books and whatnot. So let's go ahead and appoint Vasine. Okay, he'll read my tea leaves. Excellent. And then so on down the line. Yosefka's fervor. Showed devotion through tireless labor. Very good. Charismatic, pyromantic, sadistic, singer, and violent. So we don't have any straight up duders, but we have some people who are undisciplined, unrepentant. So let's go ahead and pick... Oh, we do have an inquiry. So with an inquiry, you can then ask these people questions, and then you'll reveal more about their qualities. So let's pick... how about a lady? How about Dusha? So she may be ignorant or has something that promotes ignorance. Which, if we look here... Hindered by, none of those. So not improved or hindered. So let's appoint somebody else we don't know anything about. How about Carol? Okay. Moving on. The Cadwells. Cadwell. The Cadwell estate. Alright, their discipline. Ascetic, athletic, chaste, masochist, or stoic. I see none of these. What are they hurt by? Embezzler, flirt, gluttonous. Gluttonous is almost gluttonous. Pervert, slovenly. None of these. We have an inquiry. Let's use it. What's this guy got going on? Full of fervor. Or penitent. Full of fervor. Let's do penitent. Okay. May or may not be disobedient. This could be dangerous thinker here. Let's go ahead and appoint Danica. Let's rename her Danica. Oh, I can't rename her last name. How about Danica Patrick Cadwell? Okay. Blackborns, they are obedience. Discover heretics hiding in our midst, and they interrogate rebels as needed. Crony, elegant, lawful, timid, unquestioning. And they are hurt by cynical, impulsive, kleptomaniac, rebellious, scared, or teen. So far, I haven't noticed a correlation between like the character image and how old they are. That might be different. But let's see. We have an inquiry. And we're looking for elegant, lawful, timid. This person looks like she could be elegant. Let's... Ooh, she's stubborn. Okay, so this is a minor vice. Meaning that at the end of each season, which we'll get to in a second, you could, in theory... not in theory. You absolutely have to sacrifice somebody to your god. And if they don't have a vice, then you can sacrifice them, but like everyone gets pissed at you because there's no justification for it. So in this case, we could say, well, she's stubborn, good enough to kill her. So as an out, I think we're going to appoint her, just in case we need to kill somebody and nobody else reveals their vice. And then House Efferson is penitence. They devoutly follow Chernobog, wielding whips. They whip people. Accusatory, convict or convict, honest, just, self-loathing. There we go. And then they're hindered by liar, narcissist, stubborn, swindler, or weasel. Hindered. Who isn't hindered by weasel is really my question. So none of these are showing up. Potentially one of these penitent folk. Maybe obedient. Ladislas. He is lacking fervor, which we have a lot of fervor. I guess we could appoint him. Obedience is good. Okay. So now we've elected somebody from every house, and we can begin the season up here in the corner. So let's do that. And it's March. And our goal is to survive 3 years while eliminating all of the major sinners. Now we know that this is a minor vice, as we can see there. There are people with major vices, and the god will ask occasionally for, like, bring me the pervert. And you have to reveal their vice, and then you sacrifice them. So, okay. So at this point, what we do is we select 1 to 3 advisors. They go about town doing what they do, and that will increase these bars accordingly. Okay? But you'll see here this house right here, Efferson, is neutral, and they have 5 or 4 thumbs up, and everyone else will get a thumbs down. Meaning that this person who's already dissatisfied with us, the Kegney, right? They're going to go even more down, and they'll be even more dissatisfied. These people might go from neutral to dissatisfied. They're going to go down to neutral, more or less. Okay? So, we're not going to pick him, because that seems bad for us. I think we need to pick this guy. And then this guy. Yeah, okay, so now you can see the thumbs up are split evenly. And then both of those bars are going up. And that seems good for this month, so let's do it. Okay, great outcome on burning books. Basin discovered a cache of old world books. They burned merrily in the town square. +7 ignorance. He leads the village in a mesmerizing scripture passage, plus something. And then his vice is now rumored, whereas before I don't think we knew what it was. Maybe we did. He's rumored to be lacking fervor. Okay. So now we have an unknown consequence against fervor. Average outcome for Ladislas, dutifully whip the sinful. He follows our every suggestion. He's obedient. But we've discovered a vice. He is discovered to be gentle. He spends some of the month's budget on cushions for the cathedral pews. Aw, his butt hurt. So there we can see the two houses that we picked. Now I know these pictures are different. These are the vicars and lords and adjudicators and matrons and inquisitors. Adjudicator is really cool sounding. But you know, these people, they lost, or they gained some, they went up a little bit because we gave them a job, and so did this guy, and everyone else went down by a little bit. So, managing meters is the name of the game here. Alright, so now we can see they're still dissatisfied. He had a great outcome last time. Might not be a bad idea to give something to him. Fervor took a couple hits, so maybe we give that to this person. And then we could pick a third, which we can do, which will kind of minimize the effect that the houses have, and they're all more or less okay. And everything will be going up, except for penitence will be going down slightly, which is not great. Seems worth it. Let's do it. Average outcome this time. Another mesmerizing scripture reading. Okay, he's cowardly. Bassin is discovered to be cowardly. When dog barks during the month's ceremonies, Bassin flinches, ducks in your shadow. Fervor -10. So now Fervor's taking a big hit. Carol, not doing so great. Poor outcome. Laborer-shaped statues. Not great. Now he's a Yosefka, which means that our Fervor just took a hit from this guy. Now we're getting hit double. We don't know anything about his virtue yet. And there's a rumored vice now that he is disobedient. So, next result. Another poor outcome from Miri. A rumor of her virtue is that she's obedient, and her vice. When you notice a small mistake in the ceremony, Miri refuses to admit wrongdoing. So, penitence -3. Okay, we'll see what the house leaders thought about that. And again, we're kind of muted the reactions there by giving 3 jobs. Okay. And this is the last month of this season. And I believe that Carol will need to do something. Otherwise, our fervor is going to be very low. And so we'll just do the month that way, because I think everyone else can handle it. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, average outcome. Urge the laborers into carvings. Okay, his device is discovered. He's scarred. Scared. He just shrugs when threatened with punishment. So he's not, like, fearful of the whip. Doesn't seem like a bad thing, but I guess, sure. Okay, so we're kind of managing these okay. This is not so good. So we know we probably, as much as we should probably execute. Oh, season end draws near. The final sacrifice must be made to protect the village. What are we going to do? We got to kill someone. And here's who we're going to kill. One of these guys. Now, this guy does have a major vice. In theory, should kill him. He's also got a minor vice. So let's see. You can kind of click on these to get more info. So, like, they'll be outraged since her transgressions are forgivable. Understandable, right? So that means that that house is going to take like -60. Okay. And they're already kind of dissatisfied, which we saw here. Right? And they're dissatisfied. So my justification for not killing him is that the house is already dissatisfied and I don't need any more suffering there. So this guy might be the go. So sacrifice will encourage obedience. That should be fine. They're going to lose ignorance, but we have a ton of that. So let's go ahead and kill Carol. Sorry, bud. And so now we get to see the grisly sacrifice. That's me right here. I just stabbed a guy. So yeah. All right. We sacrificed him in the name of Chernobog for the good of the people. House Yosefka simmers with quiet resentment. So they lost 50 approval. Other houses gained +5. The village speaks of Carol as a holy martyr, perishing for the greater good. Obedience +5, ignorance -10. That's okay for right now. Okay. Now, the god is whispering in my dreams. My faithful servant, I await your devotion. Encourage discipline. Denial of worldly pleasures. The rebellious one, give him to me. Okay. So, encourage discipline because, as you can see, we're now in the red. Too many villagers are discarding the rituals of fasting and focus. I must enforce discipline by the end of the season. So what that means is that if I'm not able to get discipline above this line by the time I sacrifice somebody, game over. Which is not great. And that's how most of my games have ended. Either this has been red or a house hates me or something. So yeah, I don't know. You kind of do this until you lose, and in theory you can win by surviving 3 years, which would be 12 seasons. Right? 3 months in a season. Yeah, that math seems to check out. So yeah, 3 years remaining and we're in summer. So maybe we can do one more. We'll move real fast. He's a good one because we can kill him if we need to. So we'll appoint him. Great. Do we have a inquiry? No. Okay. Yosefka. Now, we killed someone here last time, so we can't this time. Okay? Because otherwise they'll be super triggered. So let's appoint an advisor. And someone who's going to have fervor. Let's go. Well, this guy has plus for discipline. Let's do him. Casimir. Casimir, welcome. All right. Cadwells, we need someone real good here. Someone disciplined. So we shouldn't pick this guy. Danica did not perform well. We do have an inquiry. So let's talk to Ludmila. Knows too much. So this tends to be really bad for ignorance. But we have a lot of that. So let's go ahead and pick her, I guess. Don't really know. Blackborn. Obedience. So we don't have anyone who's in discipline. What are they helped by? We do have an inquiry. Okay, so she's elegant. Now, obedience is helped by elegant. So she's good there. Let's go ahead and appoint her. And House Efferson. They need to be accusatory, convict, just, honest, self-loathing. So she has a penitent-like trait. Maybe we can find out what that is. Potentially lacking fervor. Let's give her a whirl and see if we can learn more about her. Him? Ivan? That looks like a lady portrait. Sorry, Ivan. Didn't mean to assume your gender. Okay. Next season. Alright. Hot summer. So we know that the Yosefka house is not pleased with us. So let's go ahead and give him something to do. And we also need to bump our discipline. So let's begin. Great outcome for Casimir. Well done. Forced laborers to toil day and night. Work extra hard. His virtue. So he's disciplined in some way. That's great. Unknown behavior on his vice. So unfortunate there, but that's fine. Ludmila. Average outcome. That's fine. Okay. So she pulls the town on their thoughts about a library. And ignorance is being lost. That's okay for right now. And the houses. Good. Okay. Finish results. So our ignorance just went down quite a bit there, right? Let's go ahead and probably going to be killing this guy. So let's see if we can up their house there. Ooh. Okay, massive increase to ignorance. But our fervor took a massive hit there. Okay. Alright, now they're neutral, which means they can probably take the hit of their son being straight up murked. Alright, definitely need fervor, and we should be good. You know what, and maybe discipline. I may be a little tight there. Let's just do fervor. Not how you want it. That's not how you want that to happen. Alright, he's athletic. That's good. Unknown negative behaviors. Okay. We're good. Alright. So we're looking for someone who's rebellious, right? It could be her, as she knows too much, but we can't kill her yet. This guy, Bad News Bears, they will grudgingly submit to my decision because he has a major vice, so that's good. Let's kill him. Brutal. Now you see we had blood there that time, and lots of it. I think when there's more blood, it means you killed someone with a major vice, which is good. Meaning it was a just sacrifice. So they lost 30 instead of 50. The other houses gained 5. Good news. Our ignorance went down a little bit. The fervor went up, which we actually needed. Oh man, clutch. All right. Autumn begins. So, yeah, this is the Shrouded Isle. It's interesting. It seems like it would play really well on mobile because you're kind of just making, you know, quick decisions on who and what and just questioning some people. And yeah, you're kind of managing meters. And it has a nice look to it. You can actually put on some crazy colors. Like that, to me, is just insane. I don't know. I'm not sure what the people like. Let's try another one. Okay, now that is just unreadable. Oh my god. It's so dark. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so dark. So friggin' dark, bro. And you got cremation ashes. This one's nice, I think. A little bit lighter. Kind of black and whitish. But yeah, so if you're into trying to run a cult and clicking on things, I mean, you can play it with one hand. It's relaxed. There's no real, you know, pace. So, trying to find the rebellious one. So yeah, that's the Shrouded Isle. You can pick it up on Steam, and I think it would be great on mobile. Not sure if it's available there, but come on, developers. This would be great on that platform. So, have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the taste test. I hope you're not tired of this. And see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.